Okay, we're back. This is, what is this? Part 5? I'm losing count, guys. It's too much. Okay. So I have been kind of, quiet. I had the flu very badly for the past few days, so, starting to get back on my feet, so I can finally talk again. So here we go. We're gonna look at, today, I think I want to look at the spine a bit because there's some interesting features with the spine here. And let me close this. This is the DICOM text here. So I also went in and instead of the default window level presets, they really don't work here. So I created one called look, alien. Cool, huh? All right. So I already have the 3D multi-planar open, so I'm going to go over to that real quick. There we go. Okay, I have it kind of already lined up a little bit. It's not perfect. I try to make things as straight as possible, at least with regards to the spine. Okay, so I'm going to show you some cool stuff here. Let's see, because this is very perplexing. So we're going to go to the sagittal view here, full screen that, and zoom in. Okay, I don't have my CPU meter running right now, which is okay. I'm not too concerned. Okay. So with the spine on these guys, it's very strange. And I'll tell you what's strange about it, or one of the things that's strange. And that is, let's see if we can get a good view. Actually, let me zoom in more. We don't need to worry too much about the head or the legs. So if you look closely here, look at this right here. The way that it comes down here is, this term is kind of hard to pronounce. It's called the pre-zygapophyses. And the spine, or the vertebrae on these guys, the pre-zygapophyses are completely covered by the neural arch. And that is very strange. As well as the fact that there are no visible post-zygapophyses. And this is perplexing. It's very unique to these creatures. And there's nothing like it out there. So, like, what is going on, right? This part here, this fact about how the pre-zygapophyses are covered, it's incredibly unique, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. So if anybody says that the vertebrae are from some other animal, or by God they say it's a human, they're completely wrong. Like, that doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in anything. And so this is a mystery that we're trying to figure out. The way I look at this, though, what's interesting to me is what's the word? The structure, or the way that this is it almost makes me want to think that these guys didn't actually really walk upright. Instead, it seems like it might be that the way the vertebrae goes, it goes like, it's more conducive to having them like hunched forward, like leaned over, like their backs like curving forward a lot. And that would make sense since the fact that these guys don't have a calcaneus, they don't have a proper heel, that they would have probably leaned forward and walked on almost like their tippy toes, which is kind of cool. And the way that the vertebrae is, it almost seems like, and we can get a better view of this, that it's almost like it would more or less like slide. It's hard to explain in words how this might be. But if you look really close here, it's almost like there's a lot of room for this their their posture to lean forward. Almost like you imagine like a velociraptor like leaning forward with their hands in front of them, like curled in and stuff like that. So they're almost like a dinosaur stance. I thought that was really cool. So there might be a lot to look at here. So let me go. Actually, let's see what we can do here with. Oops. I'm gonna have to zoom out. Let's do some movements here, or rotations rather. Let me move advance the coronals back towards the spine. And these are the ribs, obviously, so we'll get to the spine here in a second. See how straight we can get it. Okay, that's pretty good. Let me zoom the coronals in here a little bit. Okay, check this out. Now I'm going to turn on MIPS soon. And we're going to see if we can basically extend our view to cover more than just this one slice that we advance through like this, okay? Let me quickly do a little bit of a 3D rotation. Oops, kind of going the wrong way. Hold on. Ah, there we go. We're getting there. Okay, there we go. Maybe go forward a bit. Or I'll try not to be too far over the place here. Here we go. So let's turn on the MIPS and get a view of this backbone here. Now, I already have the slice thickness at a 3.7. Yeah, that's 3.7, which is pretty good. Let's see what we can do. See, check that out. Isn't that cool? And I'll try to let it get caught up. Wow, that's beautiful. Look at that. I'm just advancing forward a bit. So we're kind of going into the spine here. You're going to start to see it'll start to look like it opens up. That's because we're kind of advancing past that part of the backbone. And I get a pretty good view of the scapula here. Even though it's not perfectly straight. Maybe I can fix that. So we'll play around with this for just a little bit. Maybe even move it down a bit more. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we'll go in to the spine a little bit deeper here until we meet the vertebrae. Or the what's the word? Before we go too deep, rather. And then I'm going to do a 3D rotation. I'm just going to throw a lot of stuff off here. Actually, I wonder... let's try it this way. Let's see. See what happens. So we're going to rotate around. So you can see how the arm is coming forward there. Oh, let me back up. So we can get a better view back here. See, we're not perfectly straight again. Hold on. Ah, there we go. See, this looks cool, huh? Let's rotate more. See, how cool is that? I'm gonna back up some more. There we go. Do some more rotations here. We're going to kind of get almost halfway between the sagittal and the coronal view. It's going to be almost like 35 to 40 degrees. Because this way we might be able to appreciate a little bit more of this detail. I'm going to back up a little bit more again. There we go. And go forward. Okay. So a very unique structure. Let's go to the other side. Let it catch up. Oh, tilted it a little bit. Oh, wait. There. Straighten her back out a little bit. And back up. Sorry if this is boring. I won't spend too much more time on this. I just wanted to briefly cover this because it's very unique. You won't find any other creature with a spine like this. And there's the cord up there. So there you go. Let's pause there as far as the spine is concerned. Turn off MIPS and we'll go back into the NPR. Just wanted to show that and point out those strange facts. Because it is completely weird. Let's reset. Okay. Let's zoom in on the sagittals here, because there's another thing I wanted to kind of touch on, because this is a something that people have been talking about, which is kind of silly, and I'll explain. We have people saying that let me see if I can straighten it out. Hold on. Let's see if we can go flush with the ribs here. Let's move forward. We're almost there. Let's go more this way. Okay. So now I think we're in a position where we can see this. And I'll maximize this view. And we will zoom in. So we had people commenting on these what appear to be, or what should be, like nerves coming down. Now we can't tell exactly if they're like nerves or vessels. I'm just going to go with the blanket term and say neurovascular bundles or neurovascular structures, just to cover all the bases, because we don't exactly know what these are. And we haven't completely identified them. Okay, let's go forward again here. But you can see this stuff coming down, right? We've had people say that this is evidence of assembly, and that doesn't make sense. Let's go into the sagittal, and you can see it better. I had briefly touched on this in a previous video, so I'm just kind of returning to it right now. Just to kind of put this one to bed, because this is not, it's not cool. Let me turn off the axes here, so that's our lines. But do you see this right here? So we have the spinal cord coming down, and this also is strange, because the spinal cord is posterior to the vertebrae here. That's very odd. But can you appreciate this coming down? And can you appreciate this as well? Because watch, you're going to see there are two here that are anterior. Let me go forward. Oh, wrong way. You'll start to see, okay, there we go. And here's the other one in the back. See how it goes down? One goes to the left, one goes to the right. You can follow this on the axials really well. Let me zoom in better. Some people think that this and this are evidence of fabrication, and that's not true. It doesn't make any sense. Somebody even said that this is, oh, this is a good one, that this is a rod, like a support for the whatever, the skull or whatever. It doesn't make sense. No, this is a spinal cord, man. Come on. We're not entirely sure what these two are. In a previous video I said, well, maybe that's the vagus nerve. I don't know. We still need more research. So I can't definitively say that that's true or not. But I can tell you what it's not. It's not a rod. It's not a stick. Look at this. Look how it hangs down right here. So my theory for this, for the spinal cord, is if the neck is retractable and can extend, let's say it's all the way retracted right now, if it can extend, would this not be like slack, for lack of a better term, where the spinal cord can just, you know, be pulled up, and then when the neck comes back down, it kind of comes back to rest here? I don't know. Maybe. It's worthy of attention, I'm sure. But it's not evidence of fabrication. Not in the least. Let me turn the axes back on. Let's zoom out, so I can place more easily the axials right up here, because we're going to follow this down. Okay. So let's go over to the axials. Let's maximize that. Let's zoom in. Oops, wrong way. And let's follow this down. Okay, we're going down now. Now we're not perfectly flush, because here, I guess I can straighten that out. Here's part of the clavicle, but we're going to kind of just fix that. And you'll probably see the fracture again here soon. So we're a little bit closer there. Okay, there we go. And there's the fracture right there. We turn off the axis, so this is out of the way. Okay, and there you go. Here's the cord, and here are those two. Watch how it goes down. One goes more to the left, one more goes to the right. And goes down. So you see that? Okay, we're backing up here. Let's go down. And there we go. See? Okay, back down. And there it is. So we don't exactly know what those are yet. Still need more research. But just wanted to point that out, because that is not a smoking gun for evidence of fabrication. Sorry. I ain't buying it. But I think this looks very cool. So what do you think? Pretty cool stuff, huh? I think we're already at 20 minutes here, so I don't want to belabor the point. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one. And I will be back with another video soon. Just wanted to show a few weird things and clarify a few smaller things. So, see you soon. Ciao for now.